Hey y'all, it's Dr. Shamanda. So I am starting a new series, and this is all about living with Crohn's disease, but with a different spin. While giving you guys kind of some behind the scenes of what my life is like, working as a manager in healthcare, being a single mom, running my own business, and also while I'm paying off debt. So we're going to talk about how I am managing all of these things while also living with an autoimmune disease that has no cure, right? Just a little bit of background. I do have a video that I posted some years ago that you can watch to get some more background, my whole story and all that kind of stuff. But I have lived with Crohn since I was like 11. I had 14 inches of my intestines removed. That's how severe it got. So I know how horrible and debilitating it can be. And I think, honestly, having Crohn's and knowing that there's no cure and that I have 2 children, it is one of the things that really drives me. Because some people wonder all the time, like, how do you stay so motivated? How do you stay focused on your goals? How do you sacrifice so much to hit your financial goals? And how do you stay focused on your career goals? Like, all those things. And I think when you're faced with death at such a young age, I mean, literally almost died, literally. I got to like 55 pounds. It's crazy. But when you're faced with death that young, it does something to you. So I still feel that inside, right? And still have to manage those anxieties. So in this series though, I'm going to talk about, different things that I experienced living with Crohn's. Recently I changed jobs, and I was taking Humira, which is more of the branded injection pen. So by the way, I just started taking injection pens like a year or 2 ago, like not even 2 years. And I've been in remission for 20 plus years, by the way. So, but I just started taking those, and I was immediately like, oh, absolutely not. I'm not taking no injections. I'm scared of needles. But I finally started taking it, and I'm going to show y'all the injections in a little bit. But I started taking those. But the thing that scared me the most about it, it wasn't even the injection, it was the cost. Thankfully, I worked for a hospital system at the time and had really good insurance, because turns out Humira is about $2,500 per injection pen. And you get a box of 2. And then typically when they send you your medication, it's 2 of those boxes. So you have like a month's supply essentially. So if you break that down though, that's about $10,000 out of pocket, right? If they are $2,500 each and you need 4, but think about it, sometimes some months you're gonna need 5. So it could be anywhere from $10,000 to $12,500 a month out of pocket. But thankfully my insurance at the time covered everything. There was like a $5 copay sometimes. Some months they took the $5 out, sometimes they didn't, I don't know. But it covered everything except for the $5 essentially. Well, when I moved over to this new company, they didn't cover Humira. So I had to switch to another injection pen, the generic brand. And it's called Yusimry or something like that. It starts with a Y. Yusimry, I think. Now, I take an injection every week. When I started out with Humira, it was every 2 weeks. And then my doctor told me I needed to step it up to once a week. So I was not happy about that, but but that lingers on my mind. I'm gonna be honest. Like, if I ever really wanted to go like private practice or whatever, I would have to always consider, like, how do I afford these pens? Notice how I say, I didn't say, oh, I can't afford it. I said, how do I afford it? Like, that's something I'm really gonna have to always consider, because when I talked to my doctor, the last appointment I had, which was a couple weeks ago, there's no plan to ever come off these injections, because it basically manages the inflammation. Because if the inflammation went just crazy, the Crohn's can just spiral out of control. And again, there's no cure for it. So anyway, I always keep that in the back of my mind. And now I understand very much in a very visceral way how people are so like hyper focused on their insurance, right, when they work these jobs. And I get it now. Like, you have to kind of consider those things. And before, I didn't think about that kind of stuff. But anyway, with the new company, they didn't cover Humira. I had to switch to the generic brand, which is the Yusimry. I think I'm saying that right. And when I tell y'all this pen is different, it's different. And I'm gonna show y'all the difference between Humira and this injection pen, because today is injection day. So I'm gonna take my injection. I'm gonna show that to you guys. I'm gonna have to switch clothes because I have on a dress right now. My work day is almost over, so after my work day shift is over, I'm gonna go down and take my injection and show you guys. It makes me very tired, fatigued, and this one right here makes me even more fatigued. I don't know if my body's still getting like used to this one or what, but it's just different. So if I want to go to the gym today, I'm gonna have to go before I take this injection. And typically that's what I do, because I know I'm gonna be extremely fatigued if I don't. And I feel tired today, like extremely fatigued today. So I think I'm gonna skip the gym, to be honest. So there's that. But I just wanted to start this series off. There's so much to talk about on this journey. I can take you guys with me on my doctor's appointments. I have to go like, I used to go once a month. Now I've stepped down to every 16 weeks, so about 4 months. I've already had my colonoscopies, but I have one coming up. Either gonna have it at the end of this year or next year. I'm not excited about that at all. If you have ever had a colonoscopy, you know why. But every time I go to the doctor, I have to get labs drawn. They have to check my blood. I have to take B12 and vitamin D, and sometimes iron. I'm anemic as well. I have anemia. But that comes from like whenever my intestines are bleeding, then it's like basically I'm losing blood. It's crazy, y'all. It's crazy. I can't believe it sometimes. Like, girl, after all you done been through, you add this to it. And it's always been my life, though. I think sometimes I act so normal that I forget myself sometimes that I have a chronic illness. Give yourself some grace, girl. If you can't do all these things in one day, that's totally okay. Like, people literally are considered disabled with your disease. Literally. I just don't want to look at myself that way. And I don't want to internalize that for myself. But I'm grateful. So if you want to know what my superpower is, it's that in spite of it all, despite of it all, I'm a warrior. And I've been fighting battles since I was forever, essentially. Physical, mental, emotional, all of that. So thank you for being on this journey. Welcome to this side of my life. I don't really talk about this much, but welcome to this. I'm very much ready to be open about it, and it's going to play a role in my finances and my career goals and pivots and all that kind of stuff. So it's time to really tap into this part of it. So welcome to this journey. If you're here, if you live with an autoimmune disease or Crohn's or I think it's colitis, anything like that, lupus, any of those, definitely feel free to join this journey with me. And we're going to talk about some mindset shifts, how to stay mentally strong, and then let the financial part, y'all know I'm not going to let that part off, seriously. How to eat healthy and all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot here. All right, I'll see you guys when I get ready to take my injection. Okay, see you soon. Hey y'all, so I'm back. I am tired. It's like 1:30, and yeah, I'm off work. I work a very early morning shift. But I'm getting ready to take this injection. All right, so I wanted to start off by showing you all. So I know you probably have seen these somewhere before. This is like the little stick box. I don't know what you call it, but basically this is where you put your used needles and stuff in. Obviously, I'm only one using this. It's mine, whatever. So obviously, if it was like somebody else's stuff, I wouldn't be touching on this. But I can't open it. So it's already closed, and this is full. I actually need to pop it out. But this is, let's see, these couldn't fit, so here's an example. These are Humira. This is what I meant by the injection sticks. This is what Humira looks like, and these are the Yusimry. This is that. So this is the new one that I'm using, and these are the old ones. These are Humira pens. Then these are already used, but the needle's inside of there. Obviously, the first time I used it, it freaked me out a little bit. Like, oh my gosh. So yeah. So here's the thing with Humira. I'm about to do my injection because it's getting late. Well, later in the day, and I'm getting tired. So I need to go to the grocery store really quick, and I don't want to be too tired. So anyway, Humira. This is it's two things, right? So when you first get it, you take this off the top, and then the other side, and you hold it like this. This right here is like a, I don't know what you call it. It's a push pin thing. So you push this into your stomach. I do my stomach. You can do your thigh. And I have a video of me doing a Humira, so I'll add to this playlist. But you push into your stomach. Push into your stomach, and you press the pin, and it clicks. And you just hold it into your stomach while the medicine goes in, like 10 seconds. Okay, that's Humira, but this one's a little bit different, and this is why I'm mad. Now, it's cheaper. I don't even know if I told y'all how much it costs. So the Humira is like, sorry y'all, still losing some fat on my stomach. The Humira is like I said, $2,500 per pen, but Yusimry is for a pack of 28. It is not 28, but like 28 days supply, so 4 pens. And like I was telling you, it's two comes in a box. Just like this. Right, so if I had Humira, this would be $5,000 worth of medication, literally. But I get 2 of these boxes at a time. You see what I'm saying? So it's $10,000 worth of medication. These are actually, with or without insurance, is $1,153, something like that. So it's affordable, honestly, in comparison. So I took this one out this morning because you have to let it sit out for like an hour or so, because if it's cold, imagine cold going inside your stomach, like, nah. So you let it sit out. I always set out a alcohol swab as well. So I'll swab my stomach first before I do that. So anyway, this is where make sure I'm not using the wrong. Okay, yeah. Actually, put this back in the refrigerator. Did I just take this out? Or just been out?
It's been out.
Okay, it shouldn't have been out. Anyway. Anyway, I don't know how that happened. What was I gonna say? So I'm gonna take my injection. This is different than Humira. I don't like this at all. I feel like yeah. So anyway, you take this top part off. And inside is the needle. You see it? So just sit this here. This right here is like the window, and you can, when you push it in or whatever, that's how you see the medication go inside, and you have to hold it. Well, here's the thing. Well, let me go ahead and wipe this. So I wipe part of my skin off. Like I said, I still have some fat. I'm shredding right now, so there's that. And then you just pick a side. Picking on the side that I used the week before is how I determine. And you need to make sure it's dry because it will burn like crazy. Okay, so this is the difference, because Humira, you push it into your skin, like you grab some skin or some fat, essentially, and you click with Humira, and it takes over from there. This, I actually have to push this into my stomach. Oh no, I hate this. Like, I'm already nervous just thinking about it. Just the idea of pushing a needle inside my stomach, it just bothers me so bad, but I'm about to do it. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I'll make it worse than it is. I'm just not used to it. You can see, kind of see some of the medicine coming out right there. I always like wipe afterwards, but sometimes there's like a couple drops of blood. Yeah, so you can see. And this is what I have to do for the rest of my life because there's no cure for Crohn's. So there. Anyway, there's that, y'all. So this is just kind of a day in my life. This happens every Tuesday afternoon. So like if I was working on site today, I would do this pretty much as soon as I get home. And then for the most part, I already know like for the next hour or 2 or 3, I'm gonna be tired. And I normally just take a nap and then it helps me reset. So that's honestly the benefit of working the job that I do, because it's really early mornings, so that like on Tuesdays and days like this, then I can rest in the afternoon, early afternoon, and still have pretty much my rest of my day left. So there's that. So welcome to this journey with me. Again, being transparent about what it's like to live with Crohn's, paying off debt, how I balance the cost of medication and food, specialized food, and all that kind of stuff with Crohn's. All right, hope you like this video. If you do, like, comment, subscribe, follow this journey. I'll see you guys next time.